Drivin Ivan here, and behind me is a beautiful 1966 Lotus Cortina. I have been wanting to review this car for so long, and Tom, who I met this morning at the Jacksonville Cars and Coffee, greatly obliged. So smash that like button and subscribe, and if you like the content, buy me a coffee, leave me a comment. But let's go. I am going to tell you all about this 1966 Lotus Ford Cortina. Well, Ford liked to call it the Cortina Lotus, and Lotus called it the Lotus Cortina. But it is a Mark I car made from 63 to 67. There were some changes, and so you won't have these on some of the earlier cars. But look at this thing. Just, you know, the quintessential British saloon. And that's why they were built. They were wanting to race it, and so they built 1,000 of them to homologate it. And there you go. Only about 1,000 of them were brought to the U.S. This is a super original car, and you'll notice the paint is fading because Ford painted the bodies and Lotus painted the stripe, and they didn't use as nice of a paint that Ford used, so you get that fading. But this is a super original car. It was a California car. The owner just told me the great story of how he saw this car at the Monterey Historics, you know, Pebble Beach, the greatest car show in the world. You can see my footage from that from years ago. I show you, actually did a live video of that. So just search Drivin Ivan and anything like that, Pebble Beach. But this one, wow. There's just something about it. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know, 0 to 60 in about 10 to 13 seconds is not fast in today's standards. But back then, this little car that a lot of people's, you know, a lot of people of that age will remember their dads having this car. Of course, you know, the GT was the modified Ford one, but Lotus took it way, way up and beyond. This was an extremely fast car. It beat everything except really the V8 Mustangs and the Ford Falcons, really. It was very, very cool. You can see these at Goodwood just being flung sideways. You'll notice on the back he has the Goodwood sticker here. It's so cool to see these just being thrown sideways and driven as fast as they could be driven. But the shape of it, that's what I love about it. It's just so, it's almost pedestrian. Unless you know, if you didn't know what this was, and maybe you didn't see this Lotus badge right here, you really might not know what you're looking at. And that is what, to me, makes many, many sports cars special. The Lotus Carlton Omega was the one that followed this. But back then, this was a true sleeper. Not a lot of people know what they're looking at. And, you know, I haven't really talked about the shape too much. I mean, it's almost, if you reverse this a little bit here, you got a Ford Anglia, right? But just a very quintessential saloon shape for the English market. And what happened was, yeah, he talked to Colin Chapman and said, yeah, I'd like to build you 1,000 of these for homologation. And that's how this partnership was born. There was other involvement with the engine and things like that. But eventually it had the, I think it's the mid 1500 cc engine. So it's basically a 1600, 108 horsepower about. Well, 106 horsepower, 108 pound-feet of torque, somewhere in there. 0 to 60, 10 to 13, but only really less than 1,900 pounds, too. Look at the wheels. Just, oh, man. Almost like the ones, they look a little bit like my Europa wheels. You can search Drivin Ivan on any Lotus. You'll find my full reviews of the Esprit, the Evora, the Europa as well. Love Lotus. Again, Colin Chapman's philosophy, simplify and add lightness. I'm spending a lot of time on the exterior of this car. Why? Because I love it. It's beautiful. Every angle looks good here. And Tom really wanted this car. In fact, he traded an Elan for this car. The Elan is the car that basically Mazda stole and built the Miata out of. I guess, you know, I'm gonna have to stop at some point staring at this thing because I can't wait to drive it. But let's just say that I really do love the look of this Lotus Cortina, and I will, but yes, I love the shape of this Lotus Cortina, and can't wait to get in and drive it. But first, I'm going to show you the interior. Let's check it out. Notice, well, first off, notice that it is left-hand drive, and you know, only 1,000 of these or so. What was the exact number?
I think 1,250 was the total.
1,250 total. That's Tom, the owner, who's done a beautiful job of procuring this and preserving it for all to see. Look at that. The steering wheel's upside down there. We'll fix that in a second. But just 85,000 miles on it. Looks like, what's that, an alarm or radar? Or what was
that? That's just the emergency flashers.
Oh, that's the emergency flashers down there. But look at that. It's got the Formula One start like a Porsche 911 would have. So you can run and jump in and start it and head off on your race quicker. Wow. Kind of vinyl there, but these were special interiors that were different than the regular Cortina. Upgraded to fit all these gauges that you want in here: fuel gauge, voltmeter, water temperature, oil there, and of course a large tachometer and the speedometer. Top speed on these is about 108 miles an hour, but there is one on record going 143 miles an hour in Australia with a modified engine, so that's pretty cool. Look at that. Wow, that is cool. Indianapolis 500 winners, 1965. So yeah, these did have some racing success, but really I'm just talking to you about the interior right now. I'll get more into that when I'm driving it. Cocoa mats, those look really good. Beautiful Lotus shifter, much like the one, it's a little skinnier than the one I have in my Europa, and a little much skinnier also than the one I have in the Esprit. But look at the clutch and the pedals spaced. You can definitely do some heel and towing there should you need to. But yeah, a lot of early success in racing, and just a really cool special interior. The wood steering wheel, of course, but when you get right down to it, it was still just a practical up to 4 or 5 seat saloon that you could actually take your family out in. So if you were an enthusiast and you were well heeled, you could have yourself a very sporty for the time. Remember, this is 1963. 0 to 60 in 10 seconds was darn quick. Your Ferraris were doing it maybe quicker, about 6 seconds. But this car cost, so yeah, $5,200 would buy you this car back then, and you could buy a Porsche for that money. You could buy a regular Cortina for probably like $2,200-$2,300. So yeah, it was a lot of money back then. But again, it was very special, and they were extremely successful at racing. Look at the details in this car. Look at this. Look how this opens up. Oh my God, how cool is that? Back seats. I love that Goodwood sticker on the back there. Beautiful headliner. You know, the black vinyl, the roll up. Look, kids, these are called roll up windows. You see, that's how they work. Isn't that cool? And then you had the door handle here. Here's your air conditioning right here. You just put this. I remember we had one of these in my Dodge Dart. You want to see me driving my mom's 66 Dodge Dart convertible, then just search Drivin Ivan and you'll see a hilarious video where I Ferris Bueller a parade back then in the 80s. It was pretty fun. Anyway, the interior is very sporting for the day and very advanced. Again, modified from the original Cortina, and just basically made to give you the capability to drive fast. They even had to change the center there to, you know, fit the transmission and the shifter and everything and make it work. A lot of changes from the stock Cortina, but beautiful interior. Brings you right back to the mid 60s there. Oh, so cool, so cool. Well, I'm going to pop open the trunk here, and you're going to be absolutely shocked because this is a really nice, really big trunk. Notice the original California tags there. They say June 1965. How cool is that? They had moved the spare tire and the battery a couple times, but this is back where it was. They really concentrated on evening out the weight distribution, of course. Again, Lotus, Colin Chapman, simplify and add lightness, all about the handling. Lotus still does handling for many, many cars today. And you can remember back in the 80s when they did it for a Isuzu. The Isuzu Impulse had handling by Lotus. I mean, they really know what they're doing. And this was really, you know, they started in the 50s really, but this is the start of it, the Lotus 23s and all this. This car was basically the engine and transmission. A lot of it was very similar to the original Elan. So the Series 1 Elan. So that's the car that, again, that Mazda said, okay, we're going to build a reliable British car. And they basically just copied the Lotus Elan. That's what they did. But anyway, that's the way it's laid out for your weight distribution, and it's a huge usable trunk in your Lotus saloon. And that is the original bias ply spare. I have all the original wheels for my Lotus Europa too. Very cool to have that. Look at that Lotus twin cam beauty. Look at that. It's blue. Like they painted it that way for me. I love it. Oh my God, so nice. Not too dissimilar to the Alpha twin cam either, but something special about the Lotus twin cam. Like I said, about 103 horsepower, 108 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in anywhere from 10 to 13 seconds, according to how it's prepped. Of course, there are faster ones. You can tweak them and make them much faster these days. But top speed of about 108 miles an hour or so, 110. But they were really good on the track, and they beat everything. Some of those cars are racing cars. Of course, you could get alloy doors and things like that for it to lighten it. But these were very light cars. Again, only under 1,900 pounds. So that's pretty good. Here's the build there. What a lovely engine. What a lovely car. Now I guess it's time to drive it. Okay, it's my dream day. Here I am in the Lotus Mark I Cortina. And, oh man, what does it feel like? Tough clutch. It does look a little tough. They say it's tough in traffic. It's a very short travel in the clutch, but it just, the way it grabs is kind of interesting. And the steering, it almost feels, I'd say the steering wheel is about the same size as my mom's Dodge Dart convertible that I told you about. Do search Drivin Ivan and Dodge Dart, because that's a hilarious video. My Ferris Bueller moment back in the 80s. But anyway, short travel, but a little effort and a little weird catch. So cool. I'm not complaining, by the way. I love it. And it's just 4 speeds. The shifting is, you know, as you'd expect. But listen to that. I mean, there's a lot of torque there. This is, don't be confused. I know it doesn't seem like, you know, 100 horsepower or something is fast, but again, you're talking about barely 1,800, 1,900 pounds, and this is 1966, and it's fast. You know, I had my mom's Dodge Dart with a slant 6, bigger engine, much slower, not even close. Like, this is a fast car. I can feel it, and I can also feel there's a little play in the steering wheel, but I can certainly feel that this is a sport Lotus that was designed by Colin Chapman to simplify and add lightness as we go to this is a beautiful little neighborhood here, and all you gotta do is just move when you're in an old car like that and you hear it like vibrating. You just move the stick a little bit. It's no big deal. But that's the thing about these old cars. So charming. And guess what I'm doing? Guess what I'm doing? Every kid watching this video that likes the 1,000 horsepower Lamborghinis and things like that. Well, guess what I'm doing? I am driving this car. There's nothing to save me. If I mess up, I mess up. It's not driving me, I am driving it. And it's just, this is so pure. Like, driving this car is such a pure experience. I can't can't tell you. I guess I'm going back into third here. Yeah, I want to make sure. Put me in gear there, Tom.
Which gear you want?
Give me in third, right?
Yeah,
Let's go. All right, I want to make sure.
It didn't like it. How about
It didn't like it. It won't second.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Car like this, you got to be in the right gear. And because this is such a classic, beautiful car, I don't want to mess it up. These cars, a normal car like this would probably be, for a beater, probably be 30. And for a good one, probably be 40 or 50. But this one is so rare, so original, it's probably up there like $80,000, as high as that. It's one of the best examples. Again, he got it at the Monterey Historics in Pebble Beach. It's got a lot of history, including the faded paint from the Lotus paint job. But wow, this is so good. Yes, yes, yes. Look at these beautiful trees here with a little bit of Spanish moss going. But as I take the turn here, pressing it a little bit, you know, you would think that the steering effort would lighten a little bit. It doesn't really lighten. I mean, you got to drive this car, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Oh, glorious, 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 glorious. Right? All right. All right, I'm gonna tell you all about the handling here as we go right here. Tom is bracing himself. He's frightened. Oh yeah, we got it a little loose there, and we were just talking about the handling. It's so cool to see these cars just being absolutely thrown around at Goodwood. Watch that sometime. Watch all your Drivin Ivan videos, but watch this car being thrown around at Goodwood. It's amazing seeing these in four-wheel drift. Typical handling, really predictable. Little bit of heavy steering effort. I say the clutch takes a little bit of getting used to, but this is a wonderful, wonderful car. I want to thank Tom so much for letting me review it. I just met him this morning at the it's called the Avenues Cars and Coffee, so check out that car show. Watch all my recent car reviews. Watch all my car reviews. I reviewed the Toyota 2000 GT, the $1 million Toyota, also shot in Florida, the Ferrari 365 GTC4, and most recently the Maserati Shamal. Check that out. Bizzarini 5300 GT Strada. Oh, I shifted too short in the second. And watch all my videos like the Beatles in London and Liverpool, where I meet a real Beatle. That was pretty cool. U2 in Dublin, Jimi Hendrix's Life and Death and Lady Friends in London, Jim Morrison's Life in Death in Paris. Talk about that controversial topic. Also check out my music videos where I play all the instruments. Hotel California. Just did Should I Stay or Should I Go? Also Stairway to Heaven even. A lot of Squeeze songs, a lot of REM songs. And check out my INKvideo channel too. Thank you so much for watching. Do search any car at Drivin Ivan. I am Drivin Ivan here in the 1966 Lotus Cortina. So amazing. Yeah. All right. I never want this drive to stop. It's so cool meeting your heroes. This one did not disappoint me, I have to say. I really love this Lotus Cortina. I love the look. I love the way it drives. And I love the way that deers decorate this beautiful, beautiful area where Tom lives. So nice. I'm just gonna let it go, y'all. I usually would cut off the video here, but I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just gonna keep driving until we're back because it's just so good. Tom, what's it like owning this for? How long have you owned it?
I've owned it 5 years, and it's my all-time favorite.
Do you want me to show you or not, or do you care?
Whenever you like.
Huh?
Sure.
All right, so.
But it's my all-time favorite.
Here we go. It's Tom's all-time favorite car.
It is.
Tell him more.
I've owned the car for about 5 years. This is my 5th Lotus Cortina. It's the best one I've ever owned, so it's an all-time keeper.
And he's going to surprise me with a car too. He says he's going to surprise me with something, but he also has a Lotus Elan. I know that. And he says he's going to surprise me with something, so I can't wait to get back. It's going
to be a big surprise.
It's so cool when you meet a car guy like this, and we just kind of bonded. He was like, how do you even know what this is? Like, nobody even knows what this is at that car show, because it's mostly newer cars. But, oh, wow. Look, I got the one twisty road. Now I get to scare Tom. Yay!
Okay, be careful.
I'm going to scare Tom, but Tom says be careful, so I will. I drive on the track too, Tom. It's all good.
I'm more concerned about the neighbors than...
Yeah, I know. Oh, wow. Yeah, this neighborhood is not really used to being used as a Monte Carlo circuit, but I'm kind of using. By the way, this neighborhood, it strikes a rare combination of just old charming houses. Like, most of the houses are older and they're just so cool with the older columns and things like that. There's just some really stylish houses, but not like you see in Florida too much. They're a little different here. It's a golf community, and I am also a realtor too, so if you need to buy or sell a house in the DC area, you can call this guy, Drivin Ivan. Again, thank you so much for watching. Say bye, Tom.
See you later. Thanks for watching.
There you go. Smash that like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this video, and if you like the content. It's so expensive to travel around and do this stuff, so buy me a coffee. Thanks for watching. I am Drivin Ivan.